So today I made some opera cake, green tea opera cake. Not the kind lady that gives everyone free things, the singing kind. Well, I made the cake. Has green tea sponge cake and buttercream that's also green tea and some mousse and ganache on top. This is the green tea powder I bought. I got it off Amazon, but this could also be found in Asian grocery stores. And I love green tea. I don't know how many of you out there are green tea lovers, but if you never had green tea before, here are the ingredients. Be sure to pause it because I'm only going to show it for a few seconds. So we're just going to get this part out of the way and get a half sheet pan, line it with parchment paper and trim it. Set it aside for later. First off, we need the almond flour, powdered sugar, eggs, green tea powder, and butter is optional. In a bowl, add in your almond flour, powdered sugar, green tea powder. With a whisk this until it's all combined. Add in your eggs. Mix this until it's light and fluffy. Add in 1/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour. Fold this together with a spatula. In a mixing bowl, whip up 3 large egg whites with the whisk attachment, preferably around the speed of 6. Once it gets foamy, you could add in your granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon. Just sprinkling it in there, not dumping it all at once. Once it gets nice and stiff, it's done. You can test it out by picking up some of it with your whisk and it'll look like this. Now getting back to the green stuff you were working on earlier. Take your meringue and only 1/3 of it goes in first so you can moisten it. Just folding it and adding 1/3 more at a time. Folding it and add in the rest. It should look like something like this and you're done. Don't overmix this. Taking back our half sheet pan, pour the mix in there. We want to spread this mix evenly and really flat because we want a very thin sponge cake. Getting all the edges with my spatula too. Bake this at 350 for 10 minutes or until golden. To make the green tea buttercream, we'll need some sugar, green tea powder, some egg whites, butter, and vanilla, which isn't shown here. Combine together the sugar and the matcha powder. Stir it with a fork. In a double boiler, just add in the egg whites and our matcha sugar and mix this until it's hot to touch. It'll take around like 5 minutes. Remove it from the heat and we're going to cool it down in our mixer bowl and mixing it for about 5 minutes until it cools down. It'll start getting a little light colored. Like you need 2 sticks of butter, so add 1 stick at a time. Mix it and add another stick of butter. Then you mix it again. Scrape the sides of the bowl and add 1 teaspoon vanilla. Take the frosting, put it in another smaller bowl, and wrap it up and put it in the refrigerator until it'll need it. I was so proud of my frosting, I had to Instagram it. Now to make chocolate mousse, we need heavy cream and chocolate chips. In a double boiler, melt the chocolate chips. Stir it gently, just pushing it on the sides, really moving it around, not actually stirring it. In a mixer bowl, whip up half a cup of cream. All you have to do really is just turn on your mixer until it's like fluffy. It'll be nice and stiff like this. Add in your melted chocolate. And we're going to fold this together until you get that nice mousse chocolate. Making simple syrup, you need 1 cup of water and 1 cup of sugar, and you just need to boil this until the sugar dissolves. It looks like a turkey right now in the center, and here it is dissolved. Now, grabbing the largest cutting board we own, we're going to take our cake and run our knife on the edges of the cake, just loosening the sides. This should come out pretty easily because we use parchment paper. Just take it out of the pan and lay it on the cutting board. Flip it over and remove the parchment paper. Should peel off. Don't judge me, this is the closest thing I could find to a ruler at the moment. And I'm just trying to figure out how to cut this up in equal 4 pieces and finding where it is halfway and poking it with toothpicks. Cutting it in half and flipping it onto the other side of the cake and cutting it again to make 4 equal pieces. And that's good enough for me. And taking away 3 pieces and setting it aside, we're working on 1 layer. Take out a tray, add some parchment paper, and add the cake on there. Brush on some simple syrup all over the cake to moisten it. Taking some buttercream, and we'll use only half of the buttercream we made, putting it onto our cake. Spreading it evenly with a spatula, and if it's getting annoying, you should probably add some buttercream onto the bottom of the tray so it doesn't move around like it was for me. Running my spatula back and forth to smooth it out. Adding the next layer. Just saturating this thing in simple syrup. Adding my chocolate mousse onto this layer. I didn't use all the mousse because it felt like there was too much. So you'll have extra mousse to snack on. Smoothing out the mousse, running it back and forth with my spatula. Adding the next green tea cake layer. Also, I'll press it down a little just to even out the layers. More simple syrup. More green tea buttercream. This is the other half of my buttercream. Smooth it out with a spatula. Make sure it gets to all the corners. Smoothing it back and forth. And the last layer of sponge cake, pressing it down. Adding more simple syrup. We're going to make ganache with some heavy cream and chocolate chips by boiling our heavy cream. Once the heavy cream is boiled, you could add it into your chocolate chips and count to 30, and then you could finally stir until you get this nice and smooth chocolate glaze. Take the glaze and pour it over the cake. Using a spatula, spread it around. Bringing it back and forth for a smooth, nice layer. Refrigerate this overnight before cutting. Now this is the very next day, my cake is stiff. I removed it from the tray, set it on the cutting board, and I'm just trimming the edges away so it'll look a lot cleaner. The sides and everything. And here's my cake. I'm splitting it in half, and I want to cut it into small pieces. Since I'm eating a little cake, I need a little fancy fork so I could be all fancy. This cake is so good. I don't think I'm gonna share this. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on my social media sites down below. If you have a baking emergency, feel free to message me on any of those sites. The quickest would be through Instagram because I get those notifications faster. Sometimes on YouTube comments, like the notifications are delayed or I don't even get a notification at all. And sometimes I can't even respond to some of your messages because it just won't let me. So your best bet is probably my Facebook page, Instagram. Yeah, those two. Anyways, bye!